1847 Silver Theater. Starring Rosalind Russell and James Stewart in an original story, First Love. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, from the International Silver Company, makers of 1847 Rogers Brothers, America's finest silver plate. Welcome to this, the gala opening of their new Silver Theater. This is a big day, an exciting day. The day when glamorous Rosalind Russell and popular James Stewart inaugurate a weekly series of half-hour productions with the first episode of a romantic comedy drama entitled First Love. And in the coming weeks, there will be a parade of other vivid stories starring Hollywood's finest dramatic talent. And ladies and gentlemen, there's still another reason why this is a day to remember. Today, with the coast-to-coast premiere of their new radio series, 1847 Rogers Brothers also present their latest and loveliest pattern in fine silver plate, named First Love. A pattern whose craftsmanship is of the kind never before available except in special order silver plate and sterling silver. I'd like to tell you more about it right now, and I'd like to let you know, too, about the generous gift offer which is being made to every one of you listening in. But that must come later. Right now, the show is the thing, and the man behind the show is the man of the hour. I'm going to introduce a famous personality who will be with us in the 1847 Silver Theater each week to tell you about our stars and our plays. He's worked with most of the great names of the stage and screen. He's distinguished himself on the stage, screen, and radio as both an actor and a director. We're very fortunate to have with us for this series a man who can lend such dramatic and directorial knowledge and skill to its production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conrad Nagel.
Thank you, Mr. Conti, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I know you're all waiting to hear the play, but first I just want to welcome my old friends, those two grand troopers, Rosalind Russell and James Stewart. You're going to enjoy them on the air every bit as much as you've enjoyed them on the screen. Incidentally, you have a treat in store with Rosalind Russell's new Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer picture, Love, Live, and Learn, in which she will soon be seen with Robert Montgomery. She's a fine actress as always. And in her new picture, she's more beautiful than ever. As for Jimmy Stewart, that lean, handsome Princeton student of architecture who became an MGM star overnight, well, you'll see this ace among the younger leading men in his forthcoming MGM picture, The Last Gangster, starring Edward G. Robinson. But now for the play. It's an original story written especially for this program by Grover Jones, author of such great screenplays as Lives of a Bengal Lancer, Trail of the Lonesome Pine, and Souls at Sea. Our story is called First Love, and it's about a boy and a girl in Hollywood. But the lights are being dimmed and the silver curtain is rising. And in a moment, you'll hear the story told by Rosalind Russell, who plays the part of Jean Wilson, and James Stewart, who plays Jimmy Parks. We've all worked very hard, and we hope you like our show.
What's that?
Those rails are... Oh, I'm sorry. I had no idea I was talking out loud.
There's no need to be sorry. Anybody's liable to talk to herself if she's lonesome. What's his name?
What? Oh, it's not a man, honestly.
Don't know what else would make a girl act like you have. Oh, I've watched you all the way across country. There's something on your mind.
As a matter of fact, there is, but I...
What is it?
Well, you see, I'm just scared, I guess.
What about?
I'm going to Hollywood.
Bah.
Not just to see the place, I mean to work there.
Acting?
Uh-huh.
Still, bah. It's silly business. Get rich quick and get your name in the papers. Only you don't. Chances are about 1,000 to 1 of succeeding. Better be smart and go back home.
But there's no such thing as going back home. Not for me.
Know anybody in Hollywood?
Oh, yes, a boy I was in school with. He's arranging a screen test for me. That'll be my chance to prove what I can do, you know.
Well, from what I hear, there's nothing like Hollywood if you make good.
I know.
And nothing like it if you fail.
But I can't fail.
You better go back, you better go back, you better go back. back, you better go 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 back.
What are we waiting for?
The girl hasn't had a chance to rehearse, Bob. She just got the script half an hour ago.
Okay, on the line now, Bob. We're ready to shoot.
Now, wait a minute, Bob. Let's spend an hour and give the girl a break. After all, she's a friend of mine, and I've sold the front office.
Listen, they give me 6 days to make a war picture, and then you want me to sit around here and teach some dame how to act. Now, get her on the set now or it's off. Mike, over here by this vase of flowers.
How's it coming, Gene?
All right, I think. By the time I study the lines a little longer and rehearse a few times, you know...
Look, Gene, I know this is a tough break, but the director's all tired out, and I'm afraid that, well, you're just not going to get a chance to rehearse.
But, Joe, I can't do a scene like this without a certain...
Joe, bring the girl and let's get going. Step on it.
Come on, kid, troop it through.
But, Joe, my makeup, my hair, the lines, But, Joe, answer me. They didn't like it, did they?
No, Gene, they didn't like it. But they would have...
Don't say any more. I know. I saw the test, didn't I? I was terrible. Awful. And I heard what that director said. He couldn't use me even if he was making slapstick comedies. Well, he's right. I know it now. I'm no good. I was lucky I found it out this soon. I can't act. I can't act. I can't.
I'm afraid we can't use you.
But I used to pose for commercial photographers in the East. I did quite a bit of that.
I'm afraid you won't out here. You see, we don't do much of that kind of work on the coast. Sorry.
You see, I've done quite a bit of modeling. They always told me I had a good figure for ready-made. Well, you can leave your name, but we already have over 50 girls on our waiting list. Sorry.
Sorry, see how it is, Miss Wilson. We won't have any more openings for sales girls until Christmas. Sorry.
Christmas? Well, that's months.
Bring the girl and let's get going.
No, Gene, they didn't like it. I'm sorry.
We don't do much of that kind of work on the coast. Sorry.
But we already have over 50 girls on our waiting list. Sorry.
More openings for sales girls until Christmas. Sorry. They didn't like it. Sorry.
We don't do much of that work. Sorry.
Over 50 girls.
More openings for sales girls. Sorry.
Sorry.
You go back. You better go back. You better go back. You better go back. You better go back.
No. Stop it. I can't go back. I can't go back. I can't go back.
I'll take cheese on rye.
Anything else?
Yeah. You on Saturday night. No kidding. Why don't you break down and give me a date, Jenny?
Cheese on rye coffee. My name's not Jenny, and please let go of my hand.
You know, you ought to be nice to me. I practically own the studio across the street. Of course, I dress like a carpenter, but I'm really a partner of the boss, Martin Rickey. Ain't that right, boys? So if you treat me right, I might get you a job in one of our pictures. How'd you like that?
There's one thing in the world I don't want. It's a part in one of your pictures, or anybody else's pictures, for that matter.
Waffle coming up, Gene.
Oh, thanks. Give me a number 4 sandwich on toast, cheese on rye, 2 coffee, and... Oh, Pierre.
What's the matter? Not getting you down, is it?
Oh, it's got me down, those oafs. Making passes at me, that cheap line of wisecracks.
And why? Because they know it gets your goat. Oh, get wise to yourself, my petit. Give it right back to them in their own language like Mars and the other girls do. And listen, mon enfant. You know, if you don't do as I tell you, the boss is going to...
I know. Thanks, Pierre. How's this? Hey, you. Where's that waffle I ordered? Are you embalming it?
Oh, magnifique. Well, here it is. Not so good, but make him like it.
Will I?
Hey, sister, where's that waffle I ordered?
Here's your waffle, brother. And your coffee's coming right up.
Oh, thanks.
Must have in large orders bicarbonates of soso.
I beg your pardon.
Bicarbonates of soso. Needing very bad on stage heaven.
He means bicarbonate of soda, Gene. Must be from Martin Rickey. Dollars to donuts, that Trista Lane dame's on the old warpath again.
Oh, yes. Miss Francia warpathing, all right. If I not bringing soon, studio are in a shambles. Martin Rickey having double indigestion and Trista Lane are
I stood about all of this, I'm going to. And let me tell you, Martin Rickey, unless this outrage is corrected, you're going to need more than bicarbonate of soda before I get through with you.
Okay, Trista, okay. I've sent for Jimmy and he'll be here in a minute.
Meanwhile, let's keep shooting. Remember, we must think of Superba Productions as well as of ourselves. And it's costing me thousands of dollars to... Now, please, Trista. Ray, come on, let's get going.
I won't, I tell you. I won't. Not if it costs $1 million, I won't.
Get the idea, Ricky? She won't.
Quiet, Perry, quiet. What you want me, Ricky?
Jimmy Parks, I'll say I want you.
Wanted you. Where's that magazine? Listen to this. Just listen to this. Trista Lane, popular and beloved star of Superba Productions, today endeared herself to new millions of her fans when she stated that she looks forward to a family of 9 children. Did you put that in that magazine?
Well, yeah, of course I did.
And you call yourself a publicity man? Writing stuff like that for Trista Lane, the glamour woman. Why,
Now, wait a minute, Trista. Now, take it easy. We just felt that it was time to change the approach in your publicity. We want to make the public...
Sure, we have to lay off that glamour woman stuff. Like Jimmy says, there's a gimp in your glamming.
Ricky, are you going to stand for this?
That's what it's costing me? No, Trista, I'm not. Now, listen here, Jimmy. I want to...
No, Ricky. Now, you listen to me. Now, just remember this. Her glamour was my idea in the first place. That's my glamour. It's my publicity story. It's my build-up that made Trista Lane.
Why?
Sure. He even made the critics believe that your dumbness was repression.
Oh.
Now, quiet, Perry, now. All right, we've used this glamour angle as long as we could, Trista, but now that you're getting older...
Old? Why, you cheap scribbler.
A cheap...
Ricky, are you going to let her
A cheap scribbler? How do you like that? Did you hear me? A cheap scribbler? Listen, you. I made road shows out of your last 3 pictures. Yeah, and what were they? Trista Lane meets David Montrose in the desert. Trista Lane meets David Montrose in the hospital. Trista Lane meets David Montrose in a canoe. 24 reels of heaving bosom and no plot.
Oh, that's done it. If you think that you can...
Oh, here we are, Mr. Ricky, sir. Bicarbonate of soda.
Yeah, give it to me.
Okay. The executioner drank a hearty breakfast.
Now, get off this lot. You're fired, both of you.
No, we're not. We quit 5 minutes ago. Come on, Perry. And just for your information, my flat-brained friends, you're throwing away about $5 million.
I said get. Who said $5 million? What are you talking about?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I was just about to turn over to you a girl I've discovered who would have made Trista Lane's success look like a wet firecracker. But now I'm going to take her to another producer, somebody who'll appreciate a Jimmy Parks build-up. And boy, this girl's going to get it. Come on, Perry. We're interrupting one of Mr. Ricky's A pictures.
Yeah, and A is for awful. Jimmy, I'm ashamed of you letting them talk to you like that. Why, if I'd have been you...
Quiet. I don't have to have you around to tell me what I should take and what I shouldn't. Every time Oh, you're right. Why do I get mad so slow? Well, just wait till I see our friend Ricky again.
May I take your order?
Trista Lane wants Lizzie Cassidy calling me a cheap scribbler.
May I take your order?
Well, can't you wait a minute?
Give me coffee, black and 4 aspirin.
Give me tea, green tea, and hurry up.
Tea?
Well, yes, I said tea. You heard me. I like tea. Any objections? Now, go on, snap into it.
Listen, I'll snap it. All right.
That old fight, Jimmy. Talk like that to Ricky.
Now, don't worry. I'm going to make Martin Ricky sorry he fired me if it's the last thing I ever do.
Well, how?
Well, I don't know. But I'm going to.
Well, we got a swell working capital to start on. 60 cents more and we'd have $24.
Yeah, I know. Why can't we learn to save our dough?
Yeah. Hey, what's the matter with us? We're okay. You forgot our ace in the hole, that gal.
What gal?
The damsel who can out Trista. Who is she, by the way?
Oh, wake up, Perry. Wake up. Use your head, will you?
Oh, I get it. She ain't. Well, Brother Parks, it looks like a long, hard winter.
Here are your coffees and the aspirin for you.
Coffee. I said tea.
Oh, did you? I got mixed. You see, there's so many people.
Why can't they get some girls around here with some sense? I
have got sense, but I made a mistake. It's nothing to make a fuss about.
Who's making a fuss?
You are, and if you'll wait a second, I'll change it.
Oh, you'll change it? Well, she'll change it. Well, isn't that nice? If you'd spend a little less time wisecracking with guys at the counter and pay more attention to your job,
you wouldn't... to me like that.
I'll talk to you any way I please.
Hey, Jimmy, wait a minute.
Now, you keep out of this. Listen, if you had any brains at all...
You shut up, you cheap Hollywood windbag.
What?
If you think you can treat me like that, so you want your order, do you? Well, there.
Hey,
you
got
over
it.
my coat, you crazy dumb...
And as for you... Ow!
Well, now look what I've done.
Huh?
I got to blow off so I insult a kid like that. I stay cool for Ricky and insult a girl. Well, that's great. I'm doing all right today.
Hey, wait a minute. Where are you going?
Where do you think I'm going?
But, Jimmy.
Hey, Cook, that girl that just came out here, where is she?
Well, Jean? Out there in the alley. Say, are you the one that made her cry that way?
Look, I'm sorry. Please don't cry.
I'm not crying. Go away. Leave me alone.
Well, no, listen to me, please, no. I'm not like that, really. I wasn't sore at you, even if I had.
Leave me alone. It doesn't matter.
No, it matters a whole lot. Now, come on, tell me it's okay, will you? Here's a handkerchief.
I don't need it. Oh, thanks.
Here, you better sit over here on that box. You get your uniform all dirty in the garbage can.
I don't care. Here's your handkerchief.
Oh, no, you keep it. That's okay. You keep it. Say, is that real?
What?
That curl above your left eye.
Oh, please don't kid me anymore. I can't take it. I thought I could, but, well,
No, I'm not kidding. Honest, I'm not. Gosh, if you just knew how low I feel.
Oh, it's not just you. It's a lot of other things that have been...
But I've just got to do something. See, when a fellow feels ashamed, I don't know. Well, if it was 15 years ago and my mother here was here to give me a licking, I'd... But you can smile after all, huh?
Oh, forget it. It's all right.
You sure?
Sure.
Say, I got an idea.
Hmm?
Yeah, now, here are a couple of tickets to the preview at the Chinese tonight. Now, suppose you call up your boyfriend and tell him to come... But, wait a minute. Don't tell him what a heel I've been. He'd be down here and take a swing at me, you know. But, what is he, a big guy?
No.
Oh. Little guy?
No.
Oh, medium-sized guy?
No.
Oh, I get it. I don't believe it, but I get it. Well, then, why not you... No.
What?
Well, of course, it was just a crazy idea, but I just thought maybe you might go with me.
That is a crazy idea, but I might.
What do you mean?
Hey, how's about clearing the alley? I got a delivery to make.
Okay, make it, my friend. Now, look, what's your name anyway? Where do you live? Now, I'll call for you about... Listen, Perry, now, I asked Miss Wilson for the preview. I have 2 tickets, see? Two. Now, why don't you go off someplace by yourself and be a crowd, huh?
All right, if you insist, I will come along with you. Thanks, pal.
You too.
Oh, hey, I almost forgot. Perry, turn on the broadcast of this clam bake we're going to tonight, will you?
Okay.
And incidentally, Gene, if you don't mind my saying so, I think you look like $1 million in that dress. It looks swell.
Oh, it's not very new, I'm afraid. I wore it once.
And we'll see if we can get her to say a word into the microphone. Miss Trista Lane.
Oh, that ain't. Turn it off.
You mean to tell me we're going to have to walk up past the microphone like all those stars are doing?
Sure.
Oh.
We'll sail right up there between the crowds, and you'll look just as much like a star as any... Oh, just like a star. Turn that off, Perry. Just like a star. Wow. Gene, let me look at you. Swell.
What are you talking about?
Now, let me see your hands. Perfect. How tall are you?
I'm 5'5", but I wish you'd let me in on
Jimmy,
what...
if you mean what I think you mean.
Why not?
Jimmy, what is all this? Now, I want to
listen,
know.
Gene, now, don't ask questions. Now, whatever happens, just don't open your mouth. I'll do all the talking.
You certainly are. Oh, Jimmy, that crowd in front of the theater, there must be thousands of them. They're lined up behind the ropes on each side of the entrance as if it were a parade.
It's all right, all the better. Now,
But,
come
Jimmy,
on.
I'm scared. All those people. Let's not go to the preview. Please, let's go back, Jimmy, please.
Don't worry. Now, leave everything to me. Now, pile out there.
Okay. May I assist you, Mr. Parks?
Cut it, Perry.
Don't do it, Jimmy. Don't do it. Not to a sweet kid like that.
Out of the way. I said I'd get even with Martin Ricky, didn't I?
Okay, heel.
Are you two going to let me out of here?
Hey, here, hon. Take my hand, Gene. Now, watch your step. There we are. All right,
Thank
that's
you,
a girl,
Mr.
Gene.
Crawford. That was Joan
Chin up,
Crawford,
honey.
ladies and
Head
gentlemen.
high. That's the
MGM's
stuff.
scintillating
Now, look,
star.
the
Here's another
announcer
arrival.
spotted us.
It's
Here.
my old friend Jimmy Parks, and with him is a very lovely young lady. And you can bet your bottom dollar that if she attends a premiere with Jimmy Parks, she's really a somebody.
She looks a little like... Oh, Mr. Parks, will you say just a word to our radio audience and perhaps introduce your charming companion?
Sure thing.
Mr. Jimmy Parks, publicity director of Superba Productions.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I assure you that there's nothing I'd rather do than introduce this young lady who's with me tonight. And here she is now, Miss Jean Wilson.
Oh, no, Jimmy, I couldn't. I'm sorry, but I really couldn't.
That's quite all right, Miss Wilson. I'm sure the folks out there quite understand your modesty. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is a great thrill for me to have this opportunity to present to you for the first time this new, exciting personality, this new star, Miss Jean Wilson, who combines all the glamour of a Trista Lane with the girlish winsomeness of a character out of Sir James Barrie.
Jimmy.
Why, she's beautiful, yes, but infinitely more an actress. She's toured the world studying various forms of drama in every corner of the globe. Why, she's not going to be a star of tomorrow, she's going to be the star of tomorrow. Now, remember that name, Miss Jean Wilson. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy Parks. I know people all over the country will anxiously await the appearance of this new star on the silver screen.
Jean.
And now, folks, two more cards.
Where's Jean?
In case you're interested, your brand new star is Scram.
Well, where?
Down the street, that way. But look, Jimmy, don't do it. It's a dirty...
Well, Jean? Wait a minute, Jean. Now, Jean, no, just a minute. Now, you've got to understand.
Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. Aren't you satisfied? You had your joke. Now run along.
Joke? When I'm talking to millions of people, well, that speech was on the level, Jean. You are my new star. You've got to be.
Stop following me.
Oh, no, look here now. The lights are against you.
Let go of my arm, please.
Jean, will you please stop this marathon and stand still and listen to me? I'll make you $1 million. And did you hear that? I'll make you $1 million. All you have to do is just let me manage you. That speech back there was only the beginning. Tomorrow morning, all Hollywood...
Why, tomorrow morning, all Hollywood can choke itself for all I care. Oh, Jimmy Parks, why did you have to do this to me above all people?
Now, listen, Jeannie, if it's only the acting you're worried about, forget it. Trista Lane couldn't act. Half the big stars couldn't act. All it takes is looks. And you've got that on the old Hollywood build-up, and I've got that. Well, listen, I can make a star out of that dummy over in that store window there.
Oh, you could you? Well, I'm not a store window dummy, and I'm not Trista Lane. I studied for years so that I could be an actress. Not a star, just a good actress. I worked hard.
Well, if you can act, that's so much the better.
Well, I did plays in high school, plays in college, in little theaters, doing bits, even walk-ons in summer stock.
Summer stock, that's great.
Bits on Broadway.
Broadway,
yes,
terrific.
Stock in Wheeling and Poughkeepsie, even in Cincinnati. We closed there in 3 weeks, but I played it. A store window dummy.
Well, Jeannie, with all that behind you, you're bound to be good.
Oh, I am I?
Well, you're just what this town needs.
Oh, I'm just what this town needs, huh? Well, it took a swell way to show it.
Oh, and I know how you feel. You probably was tough. Lots of girls go through the same thing, honey. Pounding the old pavements to casting offices, waiting for calls that don't come. I know. Even going hungry.
And suppose I had. Do you think there's nothing worse than hunger? Well, there is. It's having every little last breath of ambition or hope you ever had drained out of you. Till you're left dry and lost and even afraid. Well, that's what your Hollywood's done for me.
But, Jeannie, now
did you ever have one thing that mattered to you more than anything else in the world? I did. It was to prove to everybody, it was to prove to myself that I could act. Well, this town gave me a chance to prove it. A test with a quickie company in Poverty Row. And do you know what that director said? He said I wasn't good enough for slapstick comedy.
Oh, but you shouldn't pay any attention to what some two-bit director says.
Well, I do pay attention. And I can't play your little game, see? You need an actress. Well, I'm not an actress. I'm going home. I swore once I wouldn't, but I'm going home.
Oh, you can't do that, Jean. Now, please, let's not pass this thing up, Jean. I can't back out now. I'm broke. I got no job. After that big blow-off on the air just now, well, you don't understand, but when a fella here in Hollywood puts up a big bluff and then can't make good on it, well, don't quit now, Jean.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. It's just no good. Jimmy, I said I could act once. Maybe even that was a lie. Maybe I was kidding myself. But now even if my life depended on it, it's gone, Jimmy. Don't you see? It's all gone inside.
Yeah, I get it. But you see, I figured that with the two of us working together, it'd be a pipe. That's all you need. Someone who knows the ropes to be right beside you, you know. See that you get good direction, the right script, swell lighting. Those are the things that count, Jamie. And I just felt that with the two of us together, we could really work this thing. Because we... Well, it was an idea anyway. I just thought it'd be fun trying. So long, Jimmy.
So long, Jimmy.
Hey, you sort of got that curl wet. You ought to find somewhere to keep it up on your eyes. Here, like that, see?
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
You know that about our doing it together. You standing by me all the time and you seeing me through and you say that again.
I would, Jeannie. I would, so help me. It'd be just two of us against this town. That way we couldn't be licked. Believe me, Jeannie, we couldn't. Now say you'll do it. Say you'll do
remember, I can't act now. I mean, I'll let you down. I'm warning you.
Take that chance. Say yes, Jeannie.
All right, Jimmy. It's crazy, but as long as it's both of us together, I'll try.
Oh, Jeannie. Jeannie, I could kiss you.
You could, Jimmy. You have.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to call Rosalind Russell and James Stewart back to say a word to you in just a moment. But right now, I want to introduce a young man who has a very important part to play throughout this entire series. Our announcer, John Conte.
Thank you, Conrad Nagel. Ladies and gentlemen, as the curtain falls in the 1847 Silver Theater today, we bring to a close the first episode of the four-part comedy drama, First Love. But the curtain is just rising on the exquisite beauty of 1847 Rogers Brothers' sensational new silver plate pattern, also called First Love. And so that you may know the richness and grace of First Love, 1847 Rogers Brothers offer you an exquisite example of this new pattern, which will add distinction to your dinner table or cocktail tray. A finely wrought special serving fork for hors d'oeuvres, certain meats, patties, and any number of things. Its regular price will be $1.50. But if you act now, it's yours for only 45 cents. 45 cents, mind you. That's a saving of $1.05. So go to your jeweler or your favorite department store tomorrow and get the serving fork in the new First Love pattern. While you're there, ask to see the sets of 1847 Rogers Brothers silverware in the glorious new pattern and learn for how little this lifetime loveliness can be yours. And be sure to get your serving fork tomorrow in the loveliest of new patterns, First Love by 1847 Rogers Brothers. Here come our stars, ladies and gentlemen. Conrad Nagel is bringing Rosalind Russell and Jimmy Stewart out in front of the curtain.
Well, Rosalind, how does it feel to have a first performance behind you?
Well, frankly, I was scared to death, but I loved it. Thank you, everyone.
How about you, Jimmy?
I hope I can get my knees to stop shaking by next week.
Well, I know you both want to get out and hear what your friends thought of the show, but before you go, let me thank you for two grand performances. And Rosalind, the makers of 1847 Rogers Brothers Silverware have asked me to thank you not only for naming our play, but especially for so appropriately naming their lovely new pattern, First Love.
Well, I really don't know what else I could have called it. Suppose when I first saw it, I give you my word of honor, I just fell right in love with it. Any woman would. You see, well, what I mean to say is, well, if you saw it...
Well, never mind, Rosalind. We know what you mean. We're sure you couldn't have picked a better name.
Thank you, Conrad. And thank you, Jimmy.
So long, everybody.
So long, Rosalind Russell and Jimmy Stewart. And good afternoon to all of you. I hope you'll be with us again next week.
The Hollywood romance of Gene Wilson and Jimmy Parks, as played by Rosalind Russell and James Stewart, will be continued in the second episode of the 1847 Silver Theater production, First Love, next Sunday evening at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, with Conrad Nagel directing and special music by Felix Mills. This is John Conte speaking for 1847 Rogers Brothers. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
KMX Los Angeles, the voice of Hollywood.